So here are the stats. How much money did we put down? $330,000. How long did it take for us to save that money? 18 months. How much money did we make during the process? $430,000. How did we do it? In this video, I'm breaking down all the details. Let's get it. If you are watching my video for the first time, my name is Marsh Pillai. I make videos about money related to cars, house, investing, all things. Before we get started, I'm gonna ask you guys one thing. Don't be a stranger, hit the like, subscribe, and join the family. I wanted to say that I'm not making this video to show off. That's not the intention of the video. I just wanna simply share our journey. Your journey might be different, but these principles that I'm gonna share can be applied to yours as well. If one or two person can get a thing or two from this video, maybe have a different perspective, maybe help them in their journey to get their dream home, then I've accomplished my goal through this video. I just wanted to divide this into 3 segments. Number 1, finding your dream home. Number 2, down payment preparation journey. Number 3, where to park your down payment. So the first thing is finding your dream home. To find your dream home, location is very, very important. For us, we decided to purchase our dream home in Texas because of the price versus value proposition that we get in Texas compared to other states. So we were also considering other states like California, Colorado, Florida, but the sticking point with Texas for us was what you get for your money is better compared to other states. Next item that you guys have to think about is purchase price point of the house. In other words, how much house can you afford? Here's a couple different views on that. Number 1 is Mr. Dave Ramsey's view, where he says your housing expense should be 25% of your net income. And the second view is how the lenders look at it. They will lend you up to 45 to 50% of your gross income. Both these views are a little bit extreme in our humble opinion. We like somewhere in the middle. In our view, about 30% of your gross income for all your housing expense is a good balance, because life is all about balances. In your case, you can decide what you're comfortable with and what is a good balance for you. Next item that you guys have to think about is if you want a new house or a used house. We built our house between 2020 and 2021. As you guys are aware, because of COVID, real estate market went crazy. So because of that, the market, we saw that the used homes were not too far off from the new construction home. So we were like, might as well get a new construction home if there's not too much of a price difference, right? So that is for our situation, and for your situation, you guys have to look at the market and see if it makes sense to purchase a new home versus a used home. Now to recap all we discussed: location of the house, purchase price point, type of the house, used or new. Now when you discuss all these things, you can come up with somewhat of a dream house, something like that. And also the purchase price range, and that will help you determine how much you want to put down as down payment or how much you can put down as down payment. So I'm going to stop the video for a second to ask y'all to like the video. It helps the YouTube algorithm, so it gets pushed to a lot of people, so we all can win in life. Now let's get to the second segment, which is our down payment journey. 3 things to think about. Number 1, what is my down payment goal? Number 2, how long it'll take for me to realistically get there? Number 3, what are some of the other things that I can do to get there faster? Our case, our goal was to put down between $320,000 to $340,000, and we were bringing in about $25,000 a month approximately. So we were like, okay, if we can save between $18,000 to $20,000 per month for the next 1.5 years, 18 months, that'll be $320,000 to $340,000, right? So that's our down payment. So that's how we devised our plan. Bring in 25, save about 18 to 20 per month for the next 18 months. And that's how we were able to save for our down payment. My suggestion for you guys is to come up with the down payment and also do your budgeting to find out how much money you can save. Now divide your down payment by how much money you save to get at the timeline on how long it'll take for you to get there, right? So let's see that with an example. After doing your budgeting, you would know how much money you can save. Let's say if your goal is to put $100,000 down and you're able to save $10,000 per month, then that means it'll take you 10 months to arrive at your down payment goal. If you save $5,000 per month, then it'll take 20 months to get at your down payment goal. So you get the concept. Now, there are a few things that you can do to get there faster. And I'm gonna talk about things that we did to get there faster. Divide this into 4 major categories. 1, housing expense. 2, food expense. Number 3, recurring bills. Number 4, recreational bills. 1 is gonna be your housing expense. That's gonna be your biggest expense. And for us, we decided to rent a cheap apartment because we know after a year and a half, when we're ready to move into our new house, it's gonna be okay. Next item is your food expense. We decided to follow Dave Ramsey's way, which is to live off rice and beans. I mean, not literally, but the goal is to keep your food expenses low, like eat at home, like stop eating out too much and stuff like that, right? We were very conscious of that. We cut down extremely on that, so our food budget went crazy down. The next item is the recreational expenses, right? So we decided to chill on all vacations. We didn't go out any beaches. We didn't go to mountains and stuff like that, right? For a year and a half, all our vacation was within Texas. So if we were supposed to take something, we just decided to drive there and like to a different city within the same state. So our expenses were lower. The next item is to check your recreational bills, right? Like for example, like your subscription-based items, your utilities that you pay every month on a recurring basis, right? So we looked at those and we cut down where we could and save some money here as well. So the next item that you can do to get to your down payment goal faster is to have an additional source of income. For us, I am a Hyperion consultant, which is a financial tool, and I take a lot of Hyperion contracts as my day job. So I started taking more during this process so I can get to my down payment goal faster. So in your case, whatever your job is, maybe get some additional hours, maybe have a second job or a contract that you can take on the side or on the weekend. The idea is to come up with an alternative source of income so you can get to your down payment goal faster. Last item on this down payment journey preparation segment is to monitor your progress. So in our case, we monitored our progress every month. We did our budgeting to see if we're sticking to the plan, and in the event of an unexpected expense, we either made more money or came up with a plan to reduce our bills in a different place in a way to compensate that. To recap what we discussed, number 1 is to run your numbers, see how much your down payment is, and see how long it'll take for you to get there. Second item is to reduce your expense on housing, food, recreation, and utilities. 3 is to have additional sources of income, and number 4 is to track your progress and monitor it every month. Let's get to the last segment of the video, where to park your money during this process. If you follow the first 2 steps, now you know how long it'll take for you to get to your down payment goal. If your goal is to buy a house in about 2 to 3 years or more, then do not park your money in the bank account, because your money will be eaten alive 3 to 6% every year because of inflation. So what can you do to avoid that, right? That's the next question. So what we did is to park our money in a brokerage account, which is a stock market. So we were able to make 10% of our principal during this process. I invested our money that we were saving for down payment in a brokerage account in big blue chip stocks like Amazon, Target, Walmart, etc. So if you want to be a little bit more conservative, you can do ETFs. I guess the goal that I'm trying to share here is to not to leave your money in a bank account, because it'll be eaten by inflation if you're trying to purchase a house that's 2 to 3 years out. If you're trying to purchase in less than a year, then my suggestion is to leave it in a savings account so you're not taking too much of a risk. Following this, we were able to generate about 30 grand on a principal of 300K, which is 10% return. That is something that we wouldn't have otherwise had we invested our money in a bank account. This is how we were able to save for our down payment to buy our house. Hope you guys can take a thing or two and implement in your journey to get to your down payment goal and buy your house. I want all of you guys to take one step in the right direction each day, and that will lead to success. With that said, I'm out. Before you leave, hit the like, support the channel. Comment below if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions for future videos, and I'll see y'all on the next one.